internships in life, real-time work. I don't know how far you all know. All of you are members of IEEE. I'm sure all of you have taken IEEE membership. That is a global membership which gives you access to a lot of networking. You have to read all the mails carefully. A lot of internship opportunities are coming. There are a lot of call for volunteers. Now, among the students we have one more student chapter in computer science and engineering, which I will be actually pursuing this semester, which is called as a computer society branch. The computer society is exclusively our branch. We will have office bearers from computer science for computer society. We will start organizing events that you will develop as a leader organizing events, and you will develop as a student participating in these events. So we will be working on that. So if anybody is interested, along with your IEEE membership, if you can afford a computer society membership, also I urge you all to take it. And in March, you're going to have a 50% discount as well. So I want you all to take that, explore it, participate in activities, build as a leader. Now, any opportunity of organizing events, doing something, grab it. This is a time where you learn. The leadership qualities are developed when you organize events. Right? So all these affairs, all these, not just studying and getting marks. You maintain a 60-65% or 70 CGPA and that's it. But yes, you should give time for all these events and all these curricular activities where your development is complete as a whole. So you know a lot of things. You have to talk to people. You need to build your network with people. So participate in events, participate, and when there are summits, so you will keep getting mails on there's a summit here, there's a session here. As a student, go attend, explore, talk to people, voluntarily talk to them, ask them what opportunities they can provide you. And the people from these top companies will be attending those sessions, and they are very, very friendly. If they see a student who are approaching them, they are very much willing to help. They just want good students who are having that mindset. I had been to the Computer Society general meeting, and there were students from so many colleges who would come there and were talking and asking for opportunities, research internship opportunities, and all those people in that from ISRO and Cisco and a lot of companies were there, and they were working and they were wanting the students to interact with them, talking to them about the opportunity. So you get this opportunity of talking to these top-notch professionals. That networking will actually help you. The reference that you want, you don't have to beg anybody. You can build it for yourself. You should be a go-getter. Go start talking. If they're talking, good. If they're not talking, get to the next person. But you cannot be sitting simply every Saturday, Sunday, any summits you have, any event you have, go talk to people. Find, no matter how he's a CEO or whatever. If you get an opportunity to talk to them. Right, build your network. It's very, very important. So you all have to work on all these skills now. And then your third year specific placement preparations will start. So your ready 3 mini projects should be there in your resume. Your DSA, you should have mastered it, continuing. You will be introduced to further more core subjects. So the more core subjects that you'll have data structures you have studied, operating, OOPS you have studied, you will have DBMS this year, operating system you have studied, computer networks. So these are subjects. So you should be, familiar with all these core subjects, and then you have to work on your resume building. Remember one thing is resume is a big gateway. A lot of your seniors are facing issue that their resume itself is not getting qualified. AI is helping you prepare very good resumes. But the irony is that it is AI who's shortlisting the first round of resumes. So in every company, when there are thousands of resumes coming, it is not humanly possible for a person to sit and shortlist the resumes out of it. So it is AI which is shortlisting resumes, and AI goes by count on how many internships you have, how many projects you have. So these numbers are very, very important, not these descriptive kind of things where you have your achievements quantitatively, not quantitative. I have solved 350 problems in LeetCode. I have a 5-star rating in HackerRank. Those kind of catchy things should be there in your resume so that your resume gets to this next level. And only then you will be even called for an interview, or you will be allowed to take up the aptitude test, or you can even present yourself, your communications, everything. It's a first step of barrier where the students ignore the resume, and every resume for every job has to be catered to the requirements of that of that company. So resume is something which is, much more importance should be given than what it used to be all these days, because resume itself, if your resume is not good, no matter how much knowledge you have, you will not get an opportunity to express the knowledge that you have. So resume building has to be taken up with a lot of care. And in fourth year, your actual placements come, your mock interviews, company-specific preparation, and HR preparation should happen. So what are the basic questions which will come in HR? I will discuss it with you all. Reality check. It is round one. How do you clear? Is your resume, as I told you? So they will look at CGPA, the skills you have, the internships you have. Yes, communication is not actually round one. The projects definitely, yes, is round one, where based on this, your resume gets shortlisted and you are moving on to your second level, or you can go to part 2. Now, what companies expect, technical expectations, I think these core subjects that I had told you, so they don't ask you big funda questions, but fundamental questions which you have to learn. So maybe you can prepare a short notes of important points from all these subjects, and anytime there's an interview, you can just brush these skills. Beyond this, what they will ask and what they expect you to explain clearly is the projects that you have done. That clarity in explanation is very important. These days the coding may not be that much of importance, but the clarity of why this project, how this project, what will it do, the outcome of that, and your pursuance of, not getting into arguments, but not giving up on what you think is right, because they sometimes ask you questions just to test you all, but you have to stay strong and explain correctly. Now, in aptitude, most of the time after the resume is cleared, they ask you for the aptitude, where quantitative and logical reasoning and verbal abilities are important. So your preparation should be, gradual. You should continue with it and start doing these aptitude tests, which you will be trained on. HR. So after you clear your HR, if there is a technical round, yes, technical round. Otherwise, the HR, what they're looking at you is your confidence. The confidence that you have, how clear your communication is, and what is the clarity of the project. So your explanation will be on the project. Maybe the person doesn't understand anything from your project. What they're looking at is the confidence that you have. That confidence that you should have, and that, so you should start talking. Maybe stand in front of the mirror every day and talk, give a speech. Start developing your communication. It's something that you should not be ignoring. You should actually be working on. All right, so action plan and goal settings, resume strategy. At the end of the second year, you must have 3 projects, at least 1 internship, 1 certification. Don't go on doing some 100 certifications. There is nothing. 1 GitHub profile, you all have got GitHub. You should start having your projects with a proper README and neatly uploaded GitHub profile, because your resume, the AI software which is evaluating your resume will actually go to the link of your GitHub and see how many projects you have. Will actually traverse through your LinkedIn profile and see what is your LinkedIn in that. You don't need 100 profiles, but yes, it goes there, it checks that. So it's not just sufficient that you put these things in your resume. You should have the relevant credentials also. All right. Now, the mistakes to avoid: only certifications. You just do that, keep it online, forward it at 2x and get some certification, and no projects. Don't do that. You will start preparing at the 4th year. I can do it at the 4th year, and that is enough. No. Ignoring your communication skills. These are, small, simple mistakes which people ignore. They think that communication is not important. I'm technically very good. My communication, however it is, doesn't matter. No, it definitely matters. If you know things and if you're not able to communicate it across, then it is a big failure. All right, not applying for internships. All of this is actually, common mistakes that every student do, and I hope that your batch will not do. So your competition is not inside your classroom. Remember, it is a global competition. It is across the country. So you cannot afford to do any mistakes in your career. All right, and let's. Now, these are a few platforms on which you can practice your codes. LeetCode, it's popular for algorithm and interview preparation with weekly contests. It is visible user profiles that you can showcase on your LinkedIn and resume. HackerRank is also there. It is used by companies for coding assessment. So this is also a good platform. I don't say that you do all of these. You pick 1 or 2 and then master on all this. CodeChef is great for competitive programming. Codeforce's frequent competitive programmings are there. Code Wars are having gamified coding challenges. Top Coder. These are all just samples of where you can start practicing and build your resumes. There was people, if you posts in LinkedIn should not be like I attended, I did a certification course, which is a 1-month certification course. Rather than that, I have completed 50 problems on LeetCode. I stand at this position. Those kind of posts in LeetCode attracts attention. You won hackathons, so your credentials, your achievements also matters. So keep participating. What to put on resume in LeetCode. Don't say that I am on LeetCode. No, I have solved 450 plus problem. I have a contest ranking of 1,600. I have a profile link. I have mastery on arrays, trees. So these kind of points is what you should be having in your resume. In HackerRank, you can say that I have a 5-star in problem solving. I'm an HackerRank SQL certificate. SQL certificate from HackerRank also valid. Your profile should have a link to this, right? And the common mistakes again the students make in resume. They will add 10 per platform links, and they are good in nothing. Mentioning some 50 certifications, and they know nothing. But you have to think about going deep, not wide. This is something very important. Go for your depth first search, not for your breadth first search. Go really deep. Whatever you know it in depth, know it properly. So any question which comes to you on that, you should be able to answer. They will not expect that you know everything. It's like a jack of all and master of none. You have to be master of which line. So have specific advanced and all kind of certification in one line and a master in that of the current thing which is required. Right? No measurable achievements. It has to be, achievements should be measurable, quantitative, not just statements. There should be numbers. I have 3 certificates. I have got 4 internships. I have solved 650 problems. I have got these many ranks. So it should be a measurable achievement should be there in your resume. Because if I tell you all this in 4th year, and if you have to actually do this, it will be a challenge for you all. So I thought this is the best time for you all to start working on it. Get into groups, motivate each other. Working individually at this point for this is very difficult. Get into people of like-minded people, get together, learn 2 problems, discuss about this, see what you did yesterday. Okay, you motivate the others. Okay, I did this, why you didn't do it? Let's work on it. I'm sure for everybody will study for the internal assessment 1 day before the assessment. So all your gaps between your internal assessments and the semester starts, you are doing nothing. Maybe writing some assignments. Let me see if I can avoid this written assignments and make your assignments a little more creative and better. So I want your class representatives to come and talk to me. Let me see how we can make your classes and your assignments more, useful, worthful, which can actually go into your resumes. Right, so work on all these skills, right, and work on problem solving. Think about giving back to the society. So go ahead with problem solving, identify problems, work on it, create. So how can we reduce traffic? Anything that you can think about, but you have to actually wake up, all right, and start. Working on your skills and improving yourself. It's not too late, right? Just students, I want to leave you all with one simple thought, that your future will not be decided in your final year. It will be decided with what you start doing today, or rather tomorrow morning. Many students believe that placements will begin in 4th year. It is not true. Placements begin the day you choose to improve yourself consistently. 4 years from now, some of you will be placed in companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Some of you will pursue higher studies. Some of you will be, building your next Flipkart, next big startup companies like Flipkart. But the difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is not intelligence. It is a clarity, discipline, and consistency. You don't need to be extraordinary today. You just need to improve 1% every day. Make sure that there's some one quality that you get, 1% of improvement every day. Start coding, improve your communication, build your confidence, do internships, build real projects. All right, so this 1%, make sure that, okay, something extra, something better I'm going to do today. And certificates don't impress panels. Confidence will not come overnight. Skills cannot be built in 20 days and 30 days. It requires consistency. They're all built slowly, quietly, daily. All these confidence and skills and everything has to be built slowly, quietly, daily. There will be moments when you don't understand coding problems. Your friends seem ahead of you. You feel that I'm very average. But let me tell you something very important. Average students with consistent effort beat talented students with inconsistent effort. So you don't have to look at what you are today. Every day. Just, you don't have to lose your confidence as to what it is and how it is. Keep improving. Keep working on your skills so that you improve, make things better. All right, your competition again is not your classmates, it's lakhs of students across the country. So ask yourself every night, what did I do today to make myself better? When 1 hour of focused preparation daily or 1 hour of preparation for a week for 3 years can completely change your career. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation will come, go. People like us will come, talk and go. Build a discipline within you. Discipline will take you to places where motivation cannot. That is, you don't wait for others to come and tell you what you have to do. You should know what you want. You should have a plan of how you want your future to be. You should want how you want to enjoy your life. You want to retire at the age of 30, you want to retire at the age of 40 and then enjoy your life, or you want to enjoy now and then keep working till the age of 60. Whatever it is, you should be the owner of your decision. Do not chase salary for now. Chase your skills. Salary will follow. Do not compare the journeys, compare your progress. 4 years from now, when you sit in your placement interview, I want you to feel proud, not because you're lucky, but because you're prepared. You're prepared, and that is when your confidence should come from. Your background doesn't matter, the school does not matter, your internal marks does not matter. What matters is what you decide from today. Start small. It's okay if you're imperfect, but start. Start the process. Start the process of building yourself. Because your future company, your future success, your confidence is waiting for the version of you that is disciplined, skilled, and consistent. And maybe you can say that I've studied for 4 years and I'm not applying anything, but no, this 4 years of degree shows your consistency, shows your discipline, that you've been able to pursue a career for 4 years. You've been able to solve the challenges. It's like a game, every subject is like a game. You pass the levels and levels and levels, and you pass 8 levels, you can reach your 8th semester. But that makes you disciplined. That shows your consistency. That itself, that degree that you have possessed itself shows how disciplined you are. So believe in yourself, work hard, and make all these remaining 2.5 years count. Thank you all. And thank you all for this, attending the session. Wish you a very best for your future journey. It's a journey that I'm telling you. I hope that your journey is very, very successful. All right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. If anything you want to discuss, you can discuss. I'll be educated. Yeah. Thank you. you.